going, everybody? It's time for another great Mr. Poestyle video, and today I am finally going to put a new monitor in my iiRcade. I saw a few people do this, and Buystuffarcades.com is the place that I went for this 19-inch BOE Best on Earth monitor, and you can put this in your iiRcades if you're an iiRcade owner like I am. And it's also available for certain one-up arcades, arcade one-ups, whatever those things are called. I think it's the deluxe versions you can put these in. It's a 19-inch screen, and it's supposed to look absolutely beautiful. Now, I play on my iiRcade a lot. I bought it just over a year ago when they had their big sale, right? They had a big sale for the Retromania cabinets. And I had wanted an iiRcade for a while. My good friend Off-Grid Arcade had one for a while. And he played his, you know. And I kept up with it a little bit here and there. And I really wanted it so that I could play games with Off-Grid Arcade, because you could play online with the thing. So they had this sale on it last year around May. And I think I was at work on a break or lunch. And I saw this big sale. They had them marked down to $299. I was interested before that to get one, but they were just a little pricey. So they had this big sale for $299. You could get this thing. And so then I finally bit. I took the bait. And really, my collecting of video games again, my consoles and stuff, started back around 2015 when our union, we got locked out of work. We had no new contract, we got locked out, and I was kind of bored, and I was thinking about making a MAME cabinet, you know, multicade, and I'm looking into all of that, and I'm like, I'd love to build this thing, but I was off work then, of course, so I had the time, but it wasn't really a good idea to spend the cash. So really what I ended up doing at that time was started more collecting again for consoles and buying consoles I never had, and all those games. So I got tied up in that and never did build a multicade. So when this became available at that price point, like I said, I think it was around $299. And plus you could make payments if you want to, you know, you're paying for or whatever with PayPal. Was something that I wanted to do. So I bought it. And I built it, and I have a video here on my channel from back then somewhere. And I was very excited about this. I got it home, built it, and iiRcade originally, when it was out, they would have certain games become available, and you could buy them on their store and download it to your cabinet, which was really cool. Now, yeah, maybe they didn't have every game that I wanted, but hey, Burger Time was there. There was a handful of games that you got automatically once you bought it. And since I bought the Retromania cabinet, that game was available, even though I had already owned it, I think on Switch or PS4 or something. It came in the cabinet. The cabinet was themed that way. And then I started buying games. They were having summer sales and this and that, and buying games, talking to Off-Grid about what games we should buy to play together, like Double Dragon and a few others, because some of the games did have an online feature, so that was cool. I think it was actually in the beta mode at the time. And so really happy about that. And then it seemed like seconds later, I mean, they were doing all these sales for games, so I was buying stuff. I was buying games. I really didn't have every game that I ever wanted. You know, there was a lot of stuff kind of missing, but that's okay. I finally had a cabinet. And I finally did play a few games online with Off-Grid. So that was really awesome. But it wasn't very long after that came out that people started saying, iiRcade's out of money. They don't have any money. They're going down. And I wanted to be a disbeliever in the worst way. I was watching the videos as the owner, the CEO, talked about it, and he made it sound like it wasn't going down, but a lot of people were saying it is going down. Long story short, it did go down. They filed for bankruptcy, and here we are with this cabinet. Now, I did buy some cool games for it, but it's like, it seemed like there could have been so much more. We're really hoping they would have got some license to some really cool games, and then it kind of went down. And the community just all came together then all of a sudden. And we had Custom Arcade and MIA, Mystery Interstellar thingy. And they came together and they made this board, this chip, this thing that you would be able to sideload MAME games on to your iiRcade. That was awesome. So then I start sideloading all kind of games that I wanted, the arcade classics that maybe iiRcade couldn't get a hold of. And it really made the cabinet that much better. I was very excited about that. And so was Off-Grid. You know, we're making these games. And then Glenn's Retro Show, Thunderstick Studios, you know, they were already working on this, I do believe, but they came out with a GRS panel, and this added spinners to the thing, and it added a trackball to the thing, and this little switcher. You could switch between things, your iiRcade and something else later down the road. So I am very excited about this. I'm adding all kinds of games. I got trackball games now. People in the community had a Discord. There was a Discord where people were packaging games together for this. They were coming out with custom configurations. So now we had trackball games and spinner games that were available on there. Twin stick games. I'm playing Crazy Climber, which was one of the very first arcade cabinets I ever played as a wee lad and loved. So now I'm adding all this stuff. The iiRcade just got so much better. We had Glenn's control panel. We're playing Crystal Castles, and we're playing all kinds of things. Twin stick, Robotron 2084, and then people started putting shooting games on there, you know, and they were making the custom configurations. So I bought the Sinden Target Pro that Glenn came out with, which was the shotgun, and I'm playing these games on there too. So I just absolutely love the iiRcade. And I'm going to make a playlist eventually. This is going to be part of a series of just different things that you can add to your iiRcade if you're an iiRcade owner like I am, things that you're excited about. But, you know, it was recently people were talking about these monitors, BOE 19-inch monitors, that are supposed to have nice deep colors, dark blacks, vibrant colors and everything like that. Not much or if any washout. And so I watched, they actually have a video on their own website, Buystuffarcades.com. They're up in Canada. And yeah, they had videos on how to install, which was a really fast video, really quick and easy. And I did see somebody else had made a video on it. I don't remember who. I watched their video. And then eventually I ordered mine. I went ahead and ordered it. And then I saw a few other YouTubers that I am familiar with had also, Brooklyn Menace and Nix. They had bought it before me and put theirs in as well. So I had ordered mine and couldn't wait. So we're going to do an install of this thing. We're going to take the old one out because I have bad washout on mine. And I never noticed it too much, but we did a challenge with the show. And it was elevator action months ago. And when I'm playing this, it was very washed out. Now I'm 6'4", so I'm already looking down on this cabinet. And we go to play this game for the challenge, and I'm like, my dude's hair color isn't there. The blacks are gray, like the dudes, the bad guys that you're fighting in the game are wearing gray suits and gray hats, and even the mortar of the bricks looked wrong. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. I'm playing this challenge anyway. And everything looked fine on OBS. Nice deep rich colors on OBS from the HDMI out. And so what's going on here? And I went and I sat down. I don't have a nice, I need to get a nice bar type stool at the perfect level for the iiRcade. But I sat down and I'm like looking straight on it, and I'm like, the colors look perfect on elevator action. So it's got to be washout. I mean, I knew about washout for televisions and monitors before, just never really thought about it. I thought there was something wrong with the ROM. But then I started noticing other games after that too. It was a washout. Yeah, definitely a washout. So that's okay. I can live with it. I can play with it that way. But then I saw that this BOE Best on Earth monitor 19-inch was available for the iiRcades. So yeah, I went and ordered a thing. $145, I do believe, no shipping online. Ordered it and got it, and now we're going to put this thing in to my iiRcade cabinet. We'll take the original manufacturer's monitor out and put this one in, and we'll see if it makes a difference. Let's go. One of the things I want to show here is the washout from my perspective, and the game I first noticed it on was Elevator Action. So I'll put this up to my eye level now. I'm 6'4", so I'm looking from up here. My son's even taller than me, so you can see that even the iiRcade logo looks pinkish compared to that's down below, off to the sides of your original screen. So yeah, I never really noticed it a whole lot until we played Elevator Action. For our competition. You can see washout, but especially when the bad guys, the blacks, the blacks aren't there. You can go down below, it's perfectly fine. Add a coin. And I don't have the sound turned up, don't really need it for demonstration purposes, but that's what I was looking at. All these pinks, almost pastels. The bricks are all gray mortar. The hair is not quite right. And there. Oh, I got killed. Our bad guys aren't quite right. I noticed this when I'm playing in that challenge. And I'm dead. And now, take it down below. Suddenly we got hair color on the guy. Main character. The bad guys are dressed in black. Died kind of quick there. Like I said, I didn't really notice it so much in other games, but I'm playing this and I'm watching the guys play their game. And I'm dead. The bricks down there should be a darker color of the mortar, and from up where I'm at, that's gray. All those guys are gray. Let's check another game on our original. We're just kind of randomly picking. I'm just going to pick Centipede. I don't know if I ever really noticed it with it either or not, but Centipede, instruction screen. You can definitely see it's washed out from this point of view compared to, if somebody's head level was about my stomach, you might get the kind of blacks you're supposed to on there, but yeah, from up where I'm at, I'm going to play this game. Just very faded, washed out. I don't really know what all's would be a better example than what we had there with Elevator Action for sure. But even my instruction screen, of course, is more washed out. Way washed out from my point of view. You really see it with screens with the black. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to our replacement. It's a little warm down here. So all right, we got our box here from Buystuffarcade. Just getting it ready here to rip it open. I always have a tough time, you know, setting up the tripod just right and trying to get lighting for these kind of videos. But yeah, take your box cutter, cut away from yourself now, you know, and then reaching way over so I don't knock my camera and tripod over there. And don't cut too deep. Well, you know, that's what they say. That's what she said. It's pretty safe. You'll see the packaging here. Buystuffarcade, they know how to pack it, that's for sure. See, now we got all this hot glue. It's a good thing. It's just like Fort Knox trying to get into it. But there we go. And don't put all your weight on the monitor itself there. So we're ripping it open here. We're taking a look here. Again, placement is everything. You'll have an easier time because you won't have a camera in your way. But yeah. So then I'm like, okay, let's just take this piece out. Nope, this is glued tight too. And like I said, well, that's a good thing because you know they're shipping this out from Canada to me here in Pittsburgh. So you don't want a broken monitor. So yeah, it's all glued down. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Move that out of the way. Take that out. Oh, yeah, monitor's still deep within. Pull that all out of there. We got our bubble wrap and plastic around it. Keep it nice and safe. And then of course, you know, I'm a little impatient, so instead of just unwrapping it nice and neat and just grab that box cutter again and slice right through there. Ba-ding. Look at that. Little plastic bag or whatever, wrap around it there. And it says for iiRcade on it. Now I'm gonna rip and tear that off. Getting all excited to get my monitor ready here. It says right there, make sure you use the screws that are included. Use the screws that are included. It tells you at all four of them there. And there you have a protective cover there on the front. And this is around the time I start looking and I'm like, where's the included screws? I thought they were going to be right there in the screw holes. So they weren't. Mine weren't, unfortunately. I had to get in contact with Buystuffarcade. Next, you come over to your control panel, get it ready, and you need to take that plexiglass out. That'll be the first thing. So take out your screws. A screw hole right there for the control panel. And then there's one on the other side, obviously. And now that we got that out, we just gently move our control panel back. And the plexiglass is going to slide down. Be very careful. And you just pull your plexiglass out. You're good to go. There it is. And there's my mess in my game room. There's me. Ain't I a handsome devil? Now around the back, you want to take out these 4 screws to access it. 4. There. Good job, Poe. You counted to 4.
The number of the day is
now take those out and be careful with your wires. Don't pinch them, crimp them, whatever. Now we're in there, and here are the 4 screws we need to worry about to take it out. That one there. 2 down there. Those are like brass screws. Those are the ones you will be keeping to mount back in to the frame. You keep those, and then of course your wires that have the aluminum tape on them, you're going to have to disconnect those and pull that plug out there. And there's my motherboard and my MIA. I just slid all that back whenever I installed the new panel. And the tape is off. Pay attention to how these go in. I did accidentally put the other one in backwards the first time. I don't think I show that on here, but it was a boo-boo. We pop that right out. Yeah, just pay attention. If you need to, take a picture ahead of time of it. And then this has little clips on each side. And you can see this is the right way for it than the original monitor. I ended up putting it in backwards, like I said. And then I was like, uh-oh, nothing happened. And the screen didn't light up. But easy enough fix. Just be careful. Pull your wires away. And then we're just going to loosen those 4 screws that go into the cabinet frame itself, the brass screws. Right there. And I'm showing you again for the billionth time to make sure you know. You'll be keeping those screws. There they are. Woohoo! Don't lose them. Put them someplace safe. You don't want to lose them. All you got is 4 of them. So you need them. You need them. There's our new monitor. And now I have the screws. I had to ask Buystuffarcades to send me when they sent me this bag of screws. They sent me 5, thank goodness. You put them right there, of course. It tells you. Use the supplied screws. That was my problem. They were accidentally weren't supplied, but mistakes happen. They sent them out to me as soon as they could. And luckily they sent me 5. You only need 4, but I dropped the very first one. You don't see that in the video either. It bounced somewhere in my game room. And right now I took the old carpet out, so right now we got mostly concrete down there, so it just bounced away. That top one is the original that came with your iiRcade. The bottom one is the new supplied screws from Buystuffarcades. You can see the difference in length. So you want to make sure you use the supplied screws from Buystuffarcades because you don't want to short out your monitor or anything. We're putting it in too far there. We'll put... There we go. Just ramble on. When I put my brackets on, you're reusing the brackets as well. You put the 4 brackets on just like that with your new screws in place. Now we're going to go back to, whoops, what's that? Ah! That's a crystal clear monitor there. We're going back inside to install our new monitor, just like that. Let's take off the screen protector they put on there. Take the tape off. Simple as can be. Boom, 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 shakalaka boom, boom. I'm trying to do everything with one hand, of course, here, and it's just a pain. Just a pain, and you know, it's a lot easier. It would be a lot easier to mount this back in if you have a buddy, a partner, somebody to help you put that back in. You do want to wipe it nice and clean with a soft cloth. But now I put it back in. See, I used the original brass screws to put it back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good counting, Poestyle. You get a cookie. Get cookie. Animal crackers for that. Now we got to put our wires back in where they belong. And that's the tape. Now I have a roll of my own aluminum tape. We use it for like the ductwork repair and stuff, for the dryer and stuff. I used to have some when I was in the Air Force as well, some really old rolls of it. But I just reused what they have here. And you want to put your connector in there the right way. Put it in the right way. For me, it's like big fingers and trying to reach in this thing. It just got a little derpy. And I did end up putting it in, like I said, backwards the first time. It will go in, but you're not going to make the right connections. So when I put it in there, I taped everything back in place. That is backwards. So, and then you want to put this little wire in. And even that, getting down in tight for me, my big fingers and stuff it was a little rough, I'll admit it, but it's not totally bad. You can do it all night long. Now it's in place, and you want to tape that back up, take any weight off of there. All this will be coming back out when I put my Viper in this week, but for now, everything's in place. You're going to put your 4 screws back, your panel back, and test it first to make sure you didn't put that one wire in backwards. You put your panel on, and then you can come around to the front and put your plexiglass back in, or test it first, however you want to do it. Make sure the screen is nice and clean, like I said, before you put that on. There's me again, handsome devil. And we put the plexiglass in. And now we need to secure our panel. So you kind of need to hold up a little bit on the plexiglass and then put those 2 screws in. Hold up on it, slide that panel back in, make sure it's nice and fits right. I'm rubbing my buttons. Oh yeah. Hi, toodaloo. Everything's in. There's some fingerprints on the plexiglass. We'll have to wipe that down later. We're getting ready to power it on then. We have everything in place. But first I'm going to go ahead and put this old one away. The mounting screws that came with it, I put them right inside the monitor. In case something happens to my other monitor, I know this one was still working. So I'm just going to package it back up in the Buystuffarcades packaging. So I put the screen protector cover back on. I put the screws in it so that I know they'll be there when I need it. And then I just closed it up. I didn't tape it up, I probably will. Alright guys, moment of truth. I'm going to fire it up in the pitch dark. I waited till it got dark here. So, hit that power button. And this is what it looks like in a totally dark room, anyway. And I noticed a difference right off the bat, that doesn't look pink to me from where I'm standing. Hopefully the cell phone will do it justice. And let's see, what games? I recorded that other part a week ago and decided, or realized I had to wait for screws, so I'm trying to remember. I know I did elevator action. Not returns. I can't see past my own phone. Okay, this is from my point of view, and this is already a nice dark color the way that it should be. There's my instruction screen. And I'm actually seeing the right colors from 6'4". So there you go. That's a plus. Hey, I can see his hair color. Let's see if the blacks are black. It looks like it already, the lights. Yeah. You see, it's not gray anymore. The bad guys. Hard to play with one hand here. At the bricks, the bottom. And I'm getting the colors that I wanted from that. From way up high. Off to the side. Nice. Let's go to our next game. The next game that I did, I think, was Centipede. I forgot to reset the date. Instruction screen. Pause. Blah. My blacks are black. Now this is a totally pitch black room, and from where I'm standing, everything's the color it's supposed to be compared to the way it was. I don't remember if there was a third game I did or not. Like I said, it's been a week. Let me turn the lights on. It's going to be harder to tell with the lights on just because we got all my reflection here coming off of the plexiglass. But yeah, the blacks are black. All the colors are the way they should be. There's from my point of view. Put them right up next to my eyes there. And yeah, I am very happy with this. I can't remember if there was a third game I did or not. But lights on, lights off. It's looking good in the neighborhood. Very happy. Very happy. Alright, so there you have it, my BOE from Buystuffarcades. Get one if you can. I can't suggest it highly enough. I ran into a little problem there, or you have to use the screws, of course, that come with the new monitor for the actual monitor itself. If you use the ones that came with your old monitor, they're too long. They're too long, and you could short it out. You could mess it up, you know. So don't do that. But mine didn't come with any, so that stopped me right there. I started the video a week ago with the unboxing of it and getting ready, and I was disappointed. I was very disappointed the screws weren't there, because my whole hopes were to hurry up and get this monitor in, because I knew that my Viper, GRS Viper, and was it a KVM, the switcher, they were coming within a few days. So I wanted to get this monitor in first, and then my Viper, because I didn't want to have to unhook my Viper again to put this monitor back in. And I thought that would be a very real thing that I would run into, just because of where the Viper sits and all the cables and everything like that with it. So I wanted the monitor in there first. So it took me a week, because I got this on a Friday, my monitor, and I didn't open it up and start doing the unboxing video until that Saturday, last Saturday, as of this recording, and they weren't there. So I sent on a message. It was nighttime on Saturday, and Buystuffarcade answered me immediately. They said, "Oh, sorry about that, we'll have to send you out the screws." So they made right. And I did get the screws. Now, the thing was, it was Labor Day weekend, so I knew nothing was going to mail out. Of course, Saturday night, Sunday, Monday was Labor Day, so they did mail it out. I got a notification right away on Tuesday that they were mailed out, and I did get those screws for my monitor Friday, I do believe it was, yesterday, as of this recording. And they didn't send me just 4, they sent me 5 screws. Thank goodness they did, because my big meaty fingers and getting old, the very first one I dropped someplace in my game room floor, it bounced around underneath a table or something. So I still need to look for that, but that's my bonus spare screw. Put those 4 screws, took those 4 screws, took the monitor out. Well, you saw the whole thing there. You use your brackets that came with the old one. You use your original screws that go into the framework. But these ones, yeah, you have to put them in there and use them for this monitor. I put it in, and I was not disappointed at all. You see in the video there, I put the camera at eye level. I'm 6'4", like I said. I put it there. I put it around to the sides. It looks absolutely stunning in person. I hope that my camera picked up how great it looks. But I'm very happy with this now. $145. It's worth it to me because I use my iiRcade more than any other system I have. And I have all of the old systems pretty much, consoles. Love gaming, absolutely. And I have the newer versions and FPGAs and, for ColecoVision. And I have 2600 plus and stuff like that for my consoles. My minis, my NES minis are actual NES, Super Nintendo and stuff. And even up to the Nintendo Switch, which I do play a good bit. My PS5 that I do play a good bit, but I play a lot more on my iiRcade than anything else since I've been able to add games. I love my iiRcade. So I will be doing more stuff now. I got the monitor in, so that's one step. And one new thing for it. But I did get my Viper the other day as well, so that will be the next how-to video. I'm not a big fan of making these. I like watching how-to videos, but I don't have all the equipment to get everything captured just right, and my tripods are kind of when it comes to that and the lighting, but I try to put it out there just in case anybody wants to see it. But yeah, next up will be the Viper, and I have it sitting here in this big box, and all I did so far is open it to look at it. But this is the next step. We're going to do Viper on my channel, and I already was invited to join a Discord about the Viper, and yeah, it's fresh and new pretty much to everybody. So there's a Discord. There are people with their trials and tribulations for it. Now that I got the old monitor out and the new one in, now I can do this. Didn't want to have to wire it in and rewire and everything else, but this is the Viper. This is the KVM. It's whatever. It's the board and everything inside that we need here. A lot of wires. It's going to be a lot of fun with my old man big finger, and but it's here. This will be the next one, and there will be a few more. I ordered the non-tempered, tempered glass. There was somebody that did a buyout that bought the storage containers that iiRcade, I guess, was using. So somebody bought the storage units, and there was a bunch of iiRcade stuff in there, and the glass was there. And if you know anything about the plexiglass for the iiRcade, that's what I have. I was content with that. Plexiglass will scratch just by looking at the thing. I mean, seriously. I didn't ever skid it across the floor or anything, just wipe it down with a nice soft cloth, and I still have scratches on it. So I decided to go ahead and bite, because I just want this to be, it's going to be my only cabinet ever, more than likely. So I just want it to be the best that it can be. So the next video will be this, the tempered glass, which isn't really tempered glass from iiRcade. I found the guy's eBay page. He still had so many left of it. I went ahead and ordered that, just to get a nice clear picture on it. And I've already done the MIA video. I've done the video that put in the GRS control panel. I've done the one for the Sinnen Target Pro. We did this one here, putting the new BOE monitor in, And we'll be doing the Viper really soon. Then the glass is going to be, I'll make a whole series of these videos, and I will put them in a playlist. Go check out the playlist for iiRcade. And I play on it all the time. We do challenges every week. Another video that I will be doing, this came out about a year ago. The iiRcade Warriors SNK stick from Thunderstick Pros, another Glenn special. And I never built the thing. Came out about a year ago. I love iiRcade Warriors and Guerrilla War. That's what this controller is all about. And I was waiting. I was going to use that on a Pi maybe, but I knew I wanted to put it on the Viper once the Viper came. So now that the Viper's here, there will be a video about this as well. And then finally, I did buy the plexiglass with the artwork for the control panel. So I will have my Retromania artwork back on my control panel with this really cool plexiglass piece that I'll only have to take a few things off, put it on. And I bought some artwork for the very front of that from the same company. Those are videos coming up. Definitely, of course, you can tell, 100% suggest that you get this monitor if you're noticing any washout at all on your stock iiRcade 19-inch monitor. You can't beat it as far as I'm concerned. It was just so rich to look at, and from my point of view, I was seeing the colors the way they're supposed to be seen. I made a video a few weeks ago of the original monitor, certain games, and then a comparison video. So I'll put it somewhere in this video if I haven't already, and you can see for yourself what it looks like if you want to spend the $145. To me, it's worth it because, like I said, it's probably the only arcade cabinet I'm ever going to have. I want it to be the best that it can be. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned. The Viper board is going in next. We'll learn this together. I haven't watched any install videos. I don't know if there are any install videos out there of it yet. There probably are. I haven't seen them. We're going to install it. And there'll probably be another video down the road where I'm showing how to install games on the thing too, if I don't do it in that same video. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Poestyle, for another great Mr. Poestyle video. Check this out. Check it out. And I hope to see you on the next one. Oh, Nacho. Come here, Nacho. No biting. No bite. Ooh! No biting! Oh, Nacho, stop!